Welcome back to this I-24 News Evening Edition. I'm Lucy Arish, and this is the Daily Debate. This week, Israeli Foreign Minister Lieberman raised the idea of land swapping as part of a future peace agreement with the Palestinians. The basis of the idea is that a large portion of Arab Israeli citizens will be subject Palestinian authority. The remarks sparked a loud international and internal debate among Israelis and inside the political establishment. And joining me tonight to discuss this issue is Bashar Iraqi, advisor to Israeli Parliament member Yisraeli فريج. Good evening.
Good evening, Lucy.
And Dror Cohen, Jr., spokesperson for the Israel Beiténu party. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you very much both for coming, gentlemen. So I'm trying to understand. Once upon a time, there was a talk about exchanging and transferring people from Israel, transferring Israeli Arabs to the Palestinian Authority or to a future Arab land. And now there is a new story that says, let's not transfer the people, just transfer the border.
Yeah.
So?
This is a new thing.
This is a new thing?
Yeah.
Great.
And I think it's very, very good thing. It's a good idea because it's not like transferring anybody else. It's just moving the border. And while moving the border, nobody gets hurt. Everybody stays in their home, and nobody suffers anymore.
But what about if the people who are staying in their homes doesn't want to wake up one day and discover that they're actually under authority that they don't want to be under it?
That's the problem, because we know, and there is a lot of posts about it, and a lot of Israelis that heard about the Palestinian Israelis, the Arabs, they don't want to be in the Palestinian Authority. They want to stay as an Israeli citizenship, and we know that they don't want to move, but still they go with the Palestinian flag, and they do protest in the Nakba Day, and we don't. That's why we want to understand if they want to go and they don't want to go. This is what we want to do. So
they want to understand. Do the Palestinian, Israeli Arabs...
I would start with thank you for recognizing that I'm a Palestinian. That's a great thing to know. What's not a new thing, Lucy? Lieberman, the Minister of Foreign Affairs...
What are you? Let's try to understand, because I hear a lot of uses of words.
I have a lot to say.
Palestinian, Israeli, Arab...
Usually I'm being interviewed for common Israeli politics this time. Dror, his boss, they come and they talk about my personal life, and that's the red line. That's it. I tell you one thing. I don't have a problem that a Palestinian government rules me or a Jewish Israeli government rules me. Yeah. My problem is with the lack of dignity that the country shows to these Arab citizens of the country for the last 65 years. Lieberman isn't new. He's not new, and he is very predictable. He's a right-wing leader to the most extremist, even selfish, sometimes very stupid party that I've ever seen in Israel. He knows that his party has no legitimacy anymore in Israel. They're going down, raise it up. The only way he can do it is building more hate towards the Arabs. Lieberman came from Russia, he came to Israel, and he's succeeding in a political life. He's leading a political party, he's part of the government. That shows the weakness of the Israeli media, and that shows the weakness of the Israeli political affairs inside the country. My dignity as a citizen, as a Palestinian, as an Israeli, is not a subject, and it's not a game.
You are an Israeli or a Palestinian. You need to decide.
Are you seriously asking me this?
Yeah.
I'm a Palestinian. I'm an Arab. I'm a Muslim. I'm a human. I'm a brother. I'm a friend. I'm many things.
I'm sure.
My identity isn't something that you or someone else could ever decide that he can limit me or define it for me. The fact that I hold an Israeli citizenship, the fact that I was born in my city, which is Tira, T-I-R-A, founded way back before the borders of 48, 67. You can go...
What about 47? You know about 47?
Of course I know about 47.
Yeah, we offered the United Nations offered you, and you didn't want to go.
Subject. I want to stick to the subject of you not seeing me as an equal, and you decide that you want to transfer.
No, I see you as equal. No,
you don't see me.
This is not a transfer.
Say that to the camera. Say that you have.
I say that to the camera, and I say to you, look into my eyes.
I look to you in the eyes, and I want you to look to the audience, and you say, I have no problem with living with Arabs, Muslims, Christians in the country of Israel. Say that to the audience.
Nobody has.
Says that. No, say I don't
have a problem to live with anybody else in this country.
No, say
but
the names.
You don't want me.
Use it.
I don't know.
Use the names.
I don't want to use any names. I want to define myself as a human being, and you are a human being too. I know that. I'm not denying anything.
I'm hurt by the statements of your political party. This makes me human.
My political party, and you know that. And you attacked Mr. Lieberman, and I tell you that Mr. Lieberman
is very friendly.
It's not about friendly or not friendly, okay? It's much more, I think, he knows a bit more than you and I, okay?
No, I don't think so.
And you don't think so?
Let me try to calm you two just down a little bit. What is your nationality?
Israeli.
Israeli.
Yeah.
You see yourself as a citizen of Israel.
It's not about seeing myself.
You are a citizen.
It's a fact.
You're not answering the question.
It's a fact. I am an Israeli citizen.
But he said.
Yeah, but you don't want to be an Israeli citizen.
I didn't say that.
Just a second.
I didn't say that.
You are an Israeli?
Of course.
He's an Israeli. Okay. He says, I'm an Israeli. I have an Israeli passport. I pay my taxes. I live here. What is the problem with him identifying himself as a Palestinian? His identity inside, he feels a Palestinian, like you are feeling part of the entire Jewish community.
I don't think about it. You say Jewish. I don't think it's right to say. Okay.
He's not Jewish.
I know, but
he's not Jewish.
Let me tell you.
But he says, I am Israeli, but I'm not Jewish.
That's cool. There's no problem about that. So, the problem is they say they want to be an Israeli citizen.
Who's they? Who's they? Who's they? For God's sake, wake up.
Okay, you say.
The Israeli right-wing party knows that the only way they can rule, the only way they can be in the government is by pushing the Arabs away from the political arena in Israel. Doing this can be done by a few steps. Bringing more hate, bringing more racism, showing us, the Palestinian Arab citizens of the country of Israel, that we're not welcome, that we're not accepted in the Israeli politics, then we don't go vote, and that's how the government can be right-wing. If we vote, if we have a higher percentage of Arab voters, they're not gonna vote to Lieberman, that's for sure. Then the left or the center political party in Israel will raise up, and that will put him away. This is why he's doing it. It's not even something that they can do physically in the ground. They can't even. It's too complicated. He didn't even see the map. I'm sure that Lieberman doesn't even know how the map looks like around my city or the cities that he suggested to move to the Palestinian
You know why
authority.
they want to move the cities?
Because we say we're Palestinian?
No,
because
that's not about
that.
No, that's not about that. Because you one day you want to be an Israeli citizen and you don't want to do like civil service and not go to the army. You're an Israeli. I went to the army. You went to the army? Did you went to remember?
Lucy, please.
Let's make
Only
an order a
God
little
can
bit.
judge me. Only God can judge me. He's the same God.
God has nothing to do about it.
Let me finish. Of course he has nothing to do about it. He gave us the right to decide on the ground. Now he gave me a mind to think and eyes to see. You have to understand something. I'm a Palestinian. In 48, I didn't ask you to come over here and rule me. You came. 48 happened. Great. Now, 2013, 2014 already here. Yeah. We moved 65 years, 66 years almost, and you still don't want me in your country. This is why you're trying to say this.
No, that's not what I said.
Do you hear what he says?
Yeah.
Do you hear what he says? He said your country. Although he's saying that he's Israeli, do you understand the problem of identity?
He wants to be
identity that the Israeli Arabs are feeling inside of Israel?
Yeah.
Because although he's saying that he's an Israeli, he's telling you this is your country. So can Avigdor Lieberman understand this problem and not actually enrich it, but try to actually come and speak with the Israeli Arabs about their identity, about what they are feeling and how the country is actually treating them?
So let me tell you something. If anyone wants to be an Israeli citizenship, he needs to come and do whatever Israeli citizens do in this country.
Oh, really?
And you need to understand that. If you want to be a citizen,
I have to hold an M16 and go.
No. There is a civil service.
Of course, designed by the Ministry of Defense. No, this
that's not correct.
This is very correct. This is very good. Log into the website, man.
Let me take this side now of the table. Israeli Arabs are living in Israel. They are feeling Israelis, and we're feeling Israelis. And as part of the duty that you have to give your country is to serve your country, except of paying taxes. You have to serve your country. There is a big debate about if Israeli Arabs should serve or should not serve in the military. I'm saying, okay, Israeli Arabs cannot take a gun and actually shoot other Arabs. I understand that. But why not to serve your country in another way? Why not to do civil acts? Like for your own society, for the Arab society.
You can go to your village.
Thank God, Israel is not the only country in this world. Now we have models in Europe and in America, even in the Arab countries.
Yeah.
The duty of a citizen is to pay taxes, to obey the law. For God's sake, maybe to keep his house clean. The obligation of serving the country comes with being a good citizen. That's one. Two, I am the first one to encourage my people to go out, volunteer, not just to the state, but to their own cities. I have my own nonprofit that I run where I come from, empowering youth and telling them, if you're not volunteering and you're not giving your people back, and when I say people, I'm talking about Arabs in the beginning, and then going to the bigger size model of volunteering to the country.
Yeah.
This is how you raise humans. Now, it's not about volunteering. Even if an Arab sits home, silent, not saying a word, Israel, with the right-wing party, they're not interested in keeping me inside. They failed in '48 to move these Arabs. They woke up one day and, oh my God, what we can do?
If you want to stay here, if you want to stay here.
No. You see, how do you talk to me? You're patronizing me. It's not about if you want to stay here.
No, if anybody else want to stay in this country.
Including you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I served my country. Did you serve your country?
Yes, I did.
How?
I didn't kill anyone.
Me too.
No. You served in the Israeli army.
Yeah.
Now, that is not the only way how you give your country.
For you to sleep in a good way at night, you need the Israeli army. That's what you don't understand.
No, I need not to hate people and not make people hate me.
Okay.
End the occupation. Maybe one day you'll wake up and you'll see peace around you.
I really want to see peace.
Of course, you're doing it. Your boss, your party, even the prime minister. For God's sake, they're trying to define what is an Arab. A Knesset member comes and say, a Christian, he's not an Arab, he's a Christian. Let's win him. Let's have him on our side. Let's have him serve in the army.
I don't believe in this. I don't believe in this.
We can say a lot of things about Israeli, and we both know that the Israeli Knesset members, like, for example, Hanine Zorbi, is not doing a good promotion for MK. Hanine Zorbi is not doing good promotion for Israeli Arabs, and we know that with her acts. But I have to ask something else. If we're talking about the occupation, and you mentioned the occupation, we're seeing the way that sometimes the education, not sometimes, and we're seeing it actually in the Palestinian Authority, is actually educating to hate Jews as well. So it's a lack of education in both sides.
Of course.
From the right side of the map.
Absolutely, I would agree with this. Lack of education. It's amazing. I'm a citizen, I speak 3 languages.
Way to go.
تحكي عربي? Of course not. You would not. Your government didn't even bother to teach you as an Arab.
I thought my teacher learned me. I learned Arab in elementary school. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you know in Arabic?
I don't remember. No. Come on.
But this is what you need to see in the country that you live at. I can go to the same restaurant in Tel Aviv and eat and pay the same money.
Yeah,
but
and
still,
I can go to Ramallah to eat in a restaurant.
I'm talking about Israel.
I am talking about Israel.
Ramallah is not Israel.
Do you think so?
Everyone thinks so. Maybe beside you.
Ramallah is the Palestinian Authority. It's the West Bank. This is
not
Israel. Legally, this is not Israel.
Legally, this is not Israel.
Is not, and worldwide,
if I want to go to your village
and
to eat like
You're
lunch,
most welcome. We have so many Jews, you can't even count them on Saturday.
Yeah. Gentlemen, thank you very much for this. I have to end this discussion. We're going out for a small break, 10 minutes break, a news update from our news desk, and then we will be back for the I-24 News one-on-one. Don't go anywhere.